Caillou the patient. It was a beautiful day, and Caillou, Mummy, and Rosie were going to the park. Caillou was trying to decide which toy to take.
I'm gonna take my airplane. Let's go!
Oh, wait for us!
Look at me, Mommy! My plane can fly really fast! I'm the fastest jet pilot in the whole wide world!
Caillou! You're flying faster than anyone ever has before!
Yahoo!
Slow down, Caillou! You don't have your running shoes on!
Oh,
I believe I can fly. How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes, got nowhere to run.
Scraped his knees, and they really hurt.
Baka!
down! Ow, it hurts, Mommy! Ow, ow!
What the fuck are you looking at?
Poor Caillou. You'll be okay. Let's get you home so I can fix you up. You are my first patient today. I see you've had quite a tumble. So first I'll have to examine the wound and check for broken bones.
Caillou thought it was funny that Mommy was pretending to be a doctor.
Good. First we need to clean you up a bit. We'll have you back up in your plane in no time.
Ouch!
Ooh, it'll just take a second.
Caillou tried to be brave, just like a real jet pilot would be.
Nurse Rosie, could you please get me a cotton swab from that tin?
No!
This will keep the wound clean so it will heal quickly. Now we need something else. Do you know what that is, Nurse Rosie?
Goddamn ramen noodle!
Aha! Exactly! Now, how about a tall glass
Piss!
to get better juice?
Ouchie!
That's going to be a little sore for a while. How about I give you a plane ride?
Rosie, too!
Rosie, you can be my co-pilot. You go ahead and show me the way. There you go. I gave you a window seat in your very own airplane.
Caillou's knees still hurt a little, but he really liked his new bandages.
Caillou! Boo-boo airplane!
Well, you must be a very special passenger on this flight. Only special passengers get a cookie.
Thank you.
Caillou thought his knees felt a little better. He wanted to see if they would hurt when he walked.
Try to catch me, Billy! Leo! There's Clementine and Billy! And I saw Leo, too! I think they're going to the park.
Are my patient's knees working all right? Why don't you try a couple of steps around the living room? Oops, I mean the airplane.
Caillou thought his knees felt much better now.
Rosie, make better! I'm Pilot Caillou, and we're taking off on a flight to the park.
Well, your landing gear seems to be
Out of order.
in order. Let me check with my co-pilot. Rosie, can we land at the park?
Piss!
The park it is, and I've got just the thing that a pilot and co-pilot need for a successful flight to the park.
Goddamn ramen noodle!
Look, Mommy, I'm a good pilot.
Yes, that's why you've got your wings badge. And what do all good pilots wear when they want to run?
Running shoes.
Right.
Clementine, Leo. Caillou, what happened to your plane? I had a crash landing. See? Ooh. And when I got all better, Mommy gave me my pilot's wings. Cool. You sure are brave, Caillou. Rosie, co-pilot. I can fly the fastest. Try to catch me.
How could this happen to me?
Are you all right, Leo? Yep. I'm gonna be the doctor. First, I have to examine the wound. That's your boo-boo. Next, we have to clean the wound. All clean. Now let's see if everything works.
Out of order.
You're all better. Thanks, Dr. Caillou. Is everyone ready for takeoff? Yeah! Start your engines.
When Thomas puffed along his branch line, he always looked forward to something special. The sight of
Goddamn ramen noodle!
As he rumbled over the bridge, he would see people fishing. Thomas often wanted to stay and watch, but his driver said no. What would the Fat Controller say if we were late? Every time he met another engine, he would say, I want to fish! But they all had the same answer. Engines don't go fishing. Silly stick in the muds, thought Thomas. One day, he stopped as usual to take in water at the station by the river. Out of order? Bother, said Thomas. I'm out of order. Never mind, said his driver. We'll get some water from the river. They found a bucket and some rope and went to the bridge. Then the driver let the bucket down to the water. The bucket was out of order. So they had to fill it, pull it up and empty it into Thomas's tank as quickly as they could, several times over. They finished at last. That's good, puffed Thomas, and Annie and Clarabelle ran happily behind. Suddenly, Thomas began to feel a pain in his boiler. Steam began to hiss from his safety valve in an alarming way. There's too much steam, said his driver. Oh dear, groaned Thomas. I'm going to burst. I'm going to burst. They damped down his fire and struggled on. I've got such a pain. I've got such a pain, Thomas hissed. They stopped just outside the last station, uncoupled Annie and Clarabelle, and ran Thomas, who was still hissing fit to burst, on a siding right out of the way. Then while the guard telephoned for an engine inspector, the driver found notices in large letters, which he hung on Thomas in front and behind. Danger! Keep away!
What the fuck are you looking
at?
at?
The controller arrived. Cheer up, Thomas, they said. We'll soon put you right. The driver told them what had happened. So the feed pipe is blocked, said the inspector. I'll just look in the tanks. He climbed up and peered in. Then he came down. Excuse me, sir. Please look in the tank and tell me what you see. Certainly, Inspector, replied the fat controller. He clambered up, looked in, and nearly fell off in surprise. Inspector, he whispered, can you see...
Goddamn ramen noodle!
Gracious goodness me, how did the fish get there, driver? We must have fished them from the river with our bucket, replied Thomas's driver. Well, Thomas, so you and your driver have been fishing, but fish don't suit you. We must get them out. They all took turns at fishing in Thomas's tank, while the fat controller looked on and told them how to do it. When they had caught all the fish, they had a lovely picnic supper of fish and chips. That was good, said the fat controller.
Baka!
But fish don't suit you, Thomas, so you mustn't do it again. No, sir, I won't, said Thomas sadly. Engines don't go fishing. It's too uncomfortable.
How could this happen to me?
I believe I can fly.
Baka!
What are you looking at? No!
Goddamn ramen noodle!
Of order.
What the fuck?